Yeah, we're at Epsom today, mate. First time you've been here?
First time at Epsom, yeah.
Yeah, it's an amazing track, isn't it? It's a unique track. Obviously, you know, we've got the Derby here, and they start from way back over there. And once they start, it's called like a switchback, so they go from one side of the track to the other side of the track. You have to get themselves organised. And why it's so unique is because from the top of the hill coming down into Tottenham Corner, horses have to be very well balanced, so it tests their ability as much as the jockeys. Does that make any sense to you?
I get what you mean, yeah.
You know, so it tests their ability for the horses to be able to keep them nice and balanced. And then, so like if we're looking back at the Derby, they've got to stay and they've got to have speed. And then obviously balance, so it brings everything into context for the race. So that's why they have, well, obviously why the race is here, so it brings everything into play.
Have you had a go here, Colin? No?
No, I've never ridden here before, no.
No?
No.
Are you, what do you do, jumps, do you, or have you just never done this?
No, just the flat.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Why have you not done this then?
Just, obviously I'm based mainly in the north.
Right,
so
okay.
It's, I've just never actually happened to have a ride here.
Would you like to have a go?
Oh yeah, I'd love to, yeah.
Is this the one then for a flat race, the Derby's the big
Yeah,
race?
the Derby's, yeah, it's the big race. But then obviously, you know, we've got Royal Ascot, which is that's like our Champions League.
Yeah.
You know, you all, like here, there's only certain races, like you've got the Derby, the Coronation, and they're races that are Group 1s, the Oaks, that's here. And at Ascot, you know, nearly every race is up at the top echelon. So it's more like our Champions League when you're there. So like of here, let's go back towards like the Derby day. We see this now, the whole this will be all full.
Will that field filled with people?
That'll be full. You'll see the buses, you'll see the entertainment, they'll have fairground. It's just an amazing sight to see out. And like then, you know, as a jockey, you know, like for the crowd, the atmosphere, you know, as Callum mentioned before, from when you're walking into the races and everything, it's like you can feel the buzz, you can feel the air, do you know what I mean? I don't know whether...
Well, it's like a boxing, isn't it?
Yeah, if it was a bit like yourself, you know, when you're going into the bigger the fight.
The bigger the noise, but the bigger the race, the bigger the noise and more people.
Yeah, so that's... It's honestly a great, it'd be amazing if you can get down and...
No, I think I will. I've been invited down, Franny, so I'm hoping I can. Look, I've been to a few... The GG's is a good day out, I always think. It's just like, out with your mates, a few beers, lose a load of money and then go home, but it's always good crack.
And like, you know, I love the boxing, but I always like it when I know somebody who's boxing. I seem to get more of a buzz out of it to me, you know what I mean? Because it's more exciting for me to watch them win. And I don't know why I do it, Carl, right? But I'm always shouting what shots you throw. And it's so fucking stupid, you know what I mean? But I'm always saying, oh, you know, left, right, little hook, whatever. And I don't know, I just get too excited.
You want to hear me when you're on a horse, Franny? Give it a whip, will you?
He's useless, eh? Why did he go back then? I thought I was supposed to go forward. So there's another start up here that obviously we've explained a little bit about like the Derby and the unique in you. And then that's a mile and a half. So now we're going to 5 furlongs, so we're bringing the race reel back now. Yeah. So we have a race called a dash. And believe me, it is a dash. It's the fastest race run in the world. And it's up from the top corner and then they come down and then up here. Now, again, that's the same because if you look down the
on a hill here, yeah.
Yeah, you see the way the camber and it rolls. So again, because they're also going that quick, sometimes they're going quicker than they can actually go. A bit like me and you, if we're trying to run down the hill. Yeah. And then they kind of, so it's all about rhythm and balance with them. So it's quite a unique race that they have, and believe me, as soon as you come over this path, that's probably just when I open my eyes because I got a bit scared coming down because they're going that fast. But no, so that's that's quite exciting stuff.
Well, the crowd, obviously, you can hear the roar of a crowd at any of the big races, when it's the Derby or the Grand National or whatever it may be. Does it help you as a jockey, or I'll ask both of you that question, and the horse, does the horse feed off of the crowd, do you think?
You know, for me, Yes, I can hear noise,
Yeah.
but that's all I hear, because you're focused in, you're tuned in, and and don't forget, you're making decisions as well, because you could get to the last half of furlong and you're looking for a bit of room. The last thing you're thinking about is the crowd on the other side. You know what I mean? And you're too focused, and you're doing 38 mile an hour, and you're too focused. You're too in the zone. So for me, it's only noise. I don't know about Callum would be the same. You mentioned something before which was quite.
Yeah, it's similar to Franny. It's the buzz of the big days, isn't it? The big festivals, the big meetings like the Epsom Derby, and the crowds either side of the racecourse, and it's very much once the stall's open and you're in the race, you're concentrating on the job at hand.
Yeah.
But it's the build up to these big days. It's walking out into the parade ring and seeing the crowd and feeling the crowd, and there's no better feeling than walking in after riding a winner and the noise of the crowd. And
It's just like a boxing as well. I mean, you'd rather be involved in a big world title fight that everybody's talking about, and you can compare that to the Derby or one of the bigger races, rather than just your average 8-rounder somewhere. You know what I mean? People didn't get the same buzz.
Yeah, it's very, very similar, and like you say, the big nights, the big days are what you want to be involved in, and it's when you get there, it's great.
What about obviously there's similarities in terms of both are a weight making sport. Now, I've heard some horror stories about jockeys and what they've had to do to make weight. I thought boxing was bad, but how difficult was it for you both to do the weight?
Yeah, well, for me, I was naturally quite light, so I never really, at best, I'd go in the sauna and I'd have a shave and take a pound or two off. That'd be me at best. But Callum was, he looks like he struggles with his weight at times, don't you?
Yeah, it's very tough. It's very tough. I suppose the hard thing, Carl, is it's 12 months of the year, and in the height of the season it's 6-7 days a week, so you've got to be
Making weight every day.
pretty much every day. It could, some days you could have £2 to lose, other days when you're riding at your lighter weight, it might be up to £6. It's tough, and like I say, it's sort of 12 months of the year and 6-7 days a week, so you've got to be on it all the time.
And how do you do it? Do you have a routine as to like what you do? Do you like the baths or saunas, or do you train it off, or what do you do?
Yeah, so it's so I actually do the most of my training would be sort of off season. I'll do my sort of conditioning work and running and trying to get my weight to a level that I'm happy with, that I can sort of make that weight every day of the week. And then once we actually get busy and into the busiest part of the season, I don't actually do a lot of sort of exercise and training, because I'll be riding sort of 4 or 5 times a day. So I just sort of knock the last couple of pounds off in the bath or sauna, steam room. But yeah, it's tough.
I remember talking to a jockey before, talking to me about the weight, and I thought I was a bit backward in terms of my nutrition.
It
was hard
for you, because you come up from, like, when you was an amateur, did you box at like I was a light flyweight?
I finished my amateur career as a featherweight, so I actually boxed. So I boxed later as a pro for about the first 5 or 6 years. So it was difficult, but I didn't do it right. I thought I was doing it right, but I didn't. There wasn't much. No one really had proper knowledge on it. Really.
No,
You're all just guessing and thinking this is the right thing. But now there's a bit more of a scientific approach. But I remember speaking to what's his name, Paddy
Brennan?
Paddy Brennan. Paddy's a good fella, but I was doing a thing with him a while ago, just talking about nutrition and diet. He said he would have something like a couple of coffees during the day and maybe a Red Bull, and then for his dinner a handful of Jaffa cakes and a sleeve of Pringles. That was it. Every day he was doing that.
Well, do you know what? We're actually quite lucky now, because we're getting a lot of help from the Professional Jockeys Association with nutritionists, and it's all similar to, like you say, with the boxing. You always thought you were doing it right, but when you get the proper scientific advice,
Yeah.
it's becoming a lot more easy to manage now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's just learning, and isn't it learning? But as you say, going back in the day, you know, like we didn't have the knowledge of it. Now, you know, we are advancing it. But like, would you have had like a strength and conditioner, or was that in the game when you was
No,
there?
there was. I had strength and conditioners and a few different guys helping me out, but they had to know, they had to be. I suppose they had to have knowledge on how to get you strong but not put size on. So you see some guys maybe using strength and conditioners who and they put on too much size for a fight, and then they're heavier and maybe a little bit slower or whatever. But I think you need to have a good team, like boxing, as is horses. Like, it's an individual sport, isn't it? But there's a team of people around you helping you out.
See, now, sorry, that's the difference with being in race or being a jockey. We didn't have a team behind us.
didn't. It only
We had to learn or do it our way, do you know what I mean? So just a little question I was going to ask you. You know, like, did you always have like your nutritionist and strength and conditioner right the way throughout your career?
No, I had my first coach kind of done my nutrition a little bit, and I think, you know, I think the advice he was giving me, he thought it was correct, but it was low carbs. Like, I used to not eat any carbs until a Sunday. Like, I used to get excited about a bowl of porridge on a Sunday morning.
It's just like it's normal day stuff, isn't it?
Exactly the same, isn't it? I always remember when I sort of first started riding, something that I'd actually learnt from my boxing coach when we were sort of cutting weight a week before a fight, and then once I started race riding as an apprentice, and if I had a light weight to do, I'd go and get myself a whole chicken from the supermarket and just eat chicken for the week.
Yeah.
So I thought I was doing the right thing, no carbs, high protein, but
No
it's
energy
all
as
the
well. You've both done a wee bit of boxing now, haven't you? Or you've had fights, trained, or?
Yeah. No, I boxed from a young age as an amateur, all the way through sort of school and up until I left school. I think the last time I boxed I was maybe 16.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was at a bit of a crossroads really when I left school. Did I want to go down the path of being a boxer or the horse racing? I actually got into horse racing quite late.
You must have been half decent then.
Yeah, I did well. I had a good number of fights. I think I was 3-time junior regional champion, Northwest champion, and twice senior champion. So yeah, no, I did all right. Had a good time. And like I say, when I left school, it was a bit of a crossroads. But once I started riding the horses and getting involved with got more involved in the horse racing, I suppose. At that time, I was enjoying learning more than I was probably enjoying getting punched in the face 6 days a week. You know.
What about you, Franny? You done that,
I was similar. Like I'd boxed as a young boy, but as you know, Carl, them lighter weights, you struggle to get fights. You know what I mean? And like I ended up finishing up as a light flyweight at 7 stone 8. So I'd won 6 titles but they had the stable lads boxing, and then I boxed in the ABAs, got to the finals.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I got beat by Ian Napa and
Ian Napa. I used to spar Ian Napa.
That's from the past,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. So and then I done it. But you know the funny thing was, Callum, it was like my racing career when I first started. Like I flew, and then I lost my claim, and then I proper dipped to a point where I couldn't even really get it right. I rode 11 winners in 1 year, which is fucking shit. Do you know what I mean? It's just.
That just sounded good to me. No, 11's not good.
No. But then I ended up riding 100 winners a year, so
right.
then you can see the difference. So what happened was, it was I was boxing them for England, and then I was on the Kuala Lumpur squad.
For Commonwealth Games?
In 96, was that 96?
97.
96.
Kuala Lumpur, I think it was 98.
98, okay, yeah. So I was on the Kuala Lumpur team, but back then it was at Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And obviously they've gone to Sheffield now, haven't they? And what happened was, funny enough, I was supposed to spar Napa in the night, but a trainer rang up and said, do you want to come and ride this horse at Sandown? So I jumped out of the training schedule, went down to Sandown, rode the horse, and then fast forward a month or so on, I was debating, do I want to be a boxer or do I want to be a jockey?
Yeah.
Now, bear in mind, there was no money in the game, but I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
I was only a light flyweight. So when I boxed this kid, I was about to fucking switch over to the other side. And a good friend of mine, he said, I asked him, because he went to be a jockey, but he ended up being a pro fighter.
Yeah.
Because he got too heavy. So I asked him, I said, look, this racing game is not good for me. I'm not getting any rides. I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Not making no money. I'm going to switch over to box pro.
Yeah.
And he said, Franny, don't even think about it. He said, just a filthy, filthy game. He said, get your head down in the racing and crack on with that. And you know, if you ever get asked in your life, what's the best advice you'd ever had? That was one of the best advice I had. It was to not turn over, even though you'd done it as a career. Yeah. It was just...
No, but even I got lucky. Like, there's things that went my way and you get a bit of rub of the green at times, and I think boxers need that. So I understand. I'm one of the lucky ones. There's been better fighters than me that maybe haven't done as much as me. You know what I mean? So we're nearly at the end of the track. If you were trying to explain to someone why they should come to Epsom, what would you say, boys?
I would say that, you know, the Epsom Derby is probably the centrepiece of British racing. Very unique track, the ultimate test for a horse and a jockey, and just such a historic race, a meeting, brilliant place.
Yeah, I'd echo what he said, and what's happening now is each year they're getting better and better. They're trying to evolve everything and bring more audience from, you know, other people. So fantastic place to come.
Good stuff. Well, maybe I'll see you there, boys.
Yeah, real top hat and tail.